Hi, this is Kimberly Reuter, business advisor and supply chain expert, and welcome to my podcast, The Morning Move. Glad you're here. We're on like episode, I don't know, 55 or 60. I have no idea. I keep losing track of where I am in space. It's kind of wild, but I'm glad you're here. And we are picking up where we left off on my little series about customer experience and supply chain. As I mentioned in the intro, people don't talk about it enough. People don't talk about the direct link between CSAT, that is customer satisfaction, and supply chain. They talk about everything else: product pages, videos, penetration, coverage, loyalty, pricing, all that shit. But they don't talk about supply chain. So that is why I am on a rant in a little mini series about customer service and supply chain. So, today, we're talking about specifically the team, the organization, the operation, the process of customer service and supply chain. And here's why it matters. One, as I just said, nobody ever puts the two together. So, hello. Number two is that it costs a lot of money. Here's the thing: customer service is expensive. Now, back in the day, customer service really used to focus a lot on where's my package? And I don't know if Amazon was the first ever, but it was definitely one of the first to start offering tracking. Because before this, what happened is companies had big customer service teams, probably still do, some of them. I know when I worked at Nordstrom, they had a huge customer service team in multiple locations, but that's a high touch customer. So they need that. That's part of their brand. But back in the day, huge customer service teams, and most of them spent their time answering the question, where's my package? And so Amazon was one of the first, if not the first, like I said, I can't confirm that, to really start ingesting carrier tracking data and giving that to the consumer. Because here's what was happening is people were calling Amazon, where's my package? Where's my package? Where's my package? Amazon was then, just like everyone else at the time, was then getting in touch with the carrier, trying to get a hold of the information, blah, 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 blah. And it started to raise this question as e-commerce got bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and people started ordering more and more and more stuff online. What does tracking look like? Who's responsible? There was a huge multi-month argument and just discovery about who actually was responsible for delivering the package. Is it the carrier? Are they directly accountable to the customer? Or is it the company that they bought it from who hired the carrier? Because then the argument started to become, well, then if the carrier is accountable and you as Amazon are not accountable for my package, then I'll just pick my own fucking carrier. So this is what started the how do we automate customer service? How do we reduce customer service cost? And that is a thing that most companies don't measure: the direct link between your customer service cost and supply chain. So we were going a little bit of history lesson there about one of the biggest calls that Amazon always got was, where's my package? So they automated that. They made the tracking information available. That did two things. One, it gave the customer the information they needed. And number two, and actually just a little bit more savvy than anybody's given them credit for, it made the carrier accountable because that's your data. That's your performance. And we're just going to show it to everybody. So if I'm pissed off about something not arriving now, I call the carrier because I know that it's stuck in Richmond or wherever that damn package may be. But before that, before Amazon automated where's my package, over 60% of the calls into customer service were, where's my package? Direct link, customer experience. Yep, direct. Customer experience, customer service, supply chain. Where's my package? Where's my package? Where's my package? So when you have a supply chain that is not predictable, Customers don't know where their packages are. You're using carriers that are not reliable, that don't have good data. And let's be honest, they're out there. Your customer service costs go up because somebody has to answer that inquiry, whether it's a chat, whether it's an email, or whether it's on a phone. Somebody has to answer that question. Where is my package? Number two, it's broken. It arrived broken. It doesn't work. There's missing part. All supply chain issues that are popping up in your customer service department. It increases your customer service expenses. And companies do not put those two things together. I have seen customer service per package cost go from 75 cents to $6 because of a supply chain issue. Now, that's averaged across all the packages and the number of phone calls that came in and how long a customer service person had to stay on the phone. In customer service, we have these things called snowballs. And these are little issues that normally start really small. I can't find my package, it didn't arrive, blah, blah, blah. And then they snowball. They get bigger and bigger and bigger. Now, the actual problem was a small supply chain problem. It didn't arrive. It arrived late. We don't know where it is. It got lost. I got to go pick it up in another location. But the issue snowballed because they're mad. They're frustrated. They had a date. They had a requirement. They needed it by a specific timeline, whatever it is. And now they hate you. They do. There's nothing you can do to fix it. Nothing. I have seen companies throw gift cards after people just to get them quiet about it, and they won't because they're so upset about their experience. And in e-commerce, that negative experience is almost always in supply chain. You sold it to me, but you don't have it. Let's start at the very beginning. Why did you cancel my order? Why did you cancel my order? That's not a quick conversation. That's at least a 15-minute conversation with a customer service person. Let's start at the very beginning. We don't have it. Back to my original statement. You ain't got it. You ain't selling it. End of story. Stop. Period. At the very beginning, you don't have it. The worst is when your inventory systems are out of sync, and this happens, honey, and you sold it and you ain't got it. That's number one. Number two is, where is it? You haven't shipped it. When are you going to ship it? I bought it. I bought it last week. Nothing's happened. You know what happened? You got it. You just don't know where the fuck it is. That's what's going on there. Yep. Our system showed we have it. We just haven't found it yet. That's what that is. Customer service complaint number two. Customer service complaint number three. Where is it? It's shipped, but I have no idea where it is. There's no tracking information. It's gotten lost. We don't know where it is. As I said, that issue has been really addressed with all of the tracking software services and just the carriers providing all of their information, really, totally, to be honest. That's what really changed it. And then a lot of companies built on top of that, which is great because it provides a great customer service. But number three is, where's my shit? Again, not a short conversation with customer service. And if you're looking and if you're thinking about these things and you're like, yeah, okay, well, Kim, that's fine. So a few customers call in on these certain things. Multiply it, people. We're not talking about one. We're not talking about two. We're not talking about seven. We're talking about thousands of phone calls. And here's the thing. When there's a supply chain fuck up, they come in waves. Because supply chain fuck ups are typically pretty big. Yeah. And they affect a lot of packages. So when you have a really big supply chain fuck up, it's a lot of phone calls. So I'm not talking about one phone call a day. I'm talking about thousands of phone calls a day that get multiplied very quickly. And an upset customer is not someone who gets off the phone very fast. So number three, where's my package? Number four is, it's broken. It's damaged. Yeah. Now that is a really upset customer because they finally got their package and it's broken. It's damaged. The box is damaged. It's been dropped. Something's fallen out. The glass is broken, whatever it is. Supply chain issue. Number four reason customers call. Broken issue. And last, and we're going to talk about this as a little bonus add-on we got for everybody, reverse logistics returns. Number five reason customers call is, I need to return a product. Now, you also notice that Amazon excuse me, back up. You will also notice that Amazon automated returns pretty quickly too. Again, this was a high touch, high cost, high expense customer service activity that was directly related to supply chain, getting it back. And one of the biggest innovations that Amazon put in place, and we have talked to Tiana about this a little bit, was issuing a refund when the carrier got the package. Because here's what customers were really upset about. So gonna share a little stat with you that I think will help. And we're getting into reverse logistics, but okay, we're gonna talk about it and then we're gonna talk about reverse logistics too. So here's what I learned. At Nordstrom, at one point, over 70% of all online orders were returned to a store. Okay, so let's walk through that. I'm a customer. I went on Nordstrom.com. I order something, it's the wrong size, whatever. Okay. Most of Nordstrom's returns are around sizes, by the way, because of the tailored fitting in shoes. But that's another story for another time. But I order a pair of shoes. They're too small. My classic problem. I have big feet. And so customers and Nordstrom products are typically high end. They have a nice big fat price tag with them, as they should. Not dissing them for the pricing, though I do love a sale. But they would turn it to the store because the number one motivation for people driving to the store to return their product is they wanted their money back now. At the time, if you mailed your return back, it was about 2 weeks, if not longer, for you to get your money back, if not longer. Customers didn't want to wait, so they just drove to the store. Now you start looking at a company that is 100% e-commerce. We don't have a store option to take it back to. Now, you will all remember in recent days, Amazon has tried the whole Kohl's returning to other department stores. I'm not really sure what the ROI on that was supposed to be for Kohl's, but congratulations for trying. I don't know who was in the boardroom when you all decided that one, but that was a mistake. But Amazon didn't have this at this time, right? We didn't have a store to take your product back to. And customers wanted their money back. They don't want to wait. They felt like, from a customer perspective, if I am working with you and you're all digital, then my experience with you happens when you take my package back, period, whether it's in your warehouse or in a carrier's hands. So that was one of the great innovations that Amazon put out in the market, was doing a return at carrier scan. So when I get your package as a carrier, I scan it and Amazon will give you your refund, or will start processing your refund. It's not automatic, it takes a minute. Customer experience and supply chain. Before Amazon automated the returns process, before they did what they have today, somebody sat on the phone with the customer, documenting why they were unhappy, printing a label for them, sometimes even mailing them a label. They still mail labels today. People don't have printers. But Amazon focused so hard on the customer experience and what was showing up in customer service and why it was showing up in customer service. And the goal was not to build a bigger customer service department. The goal was to build a smaller customer service department, a cheaper customer service department, because at scale, and I think the cost at the time, it's been a minute, was buck 25 was the average for customer service cost per package, times hundreds of millions of packages. You can't do it. It'll break a company. It will break a company. If you do not sync and start addressing your customer experience issues that are coming out of supply chain, your customer service expenses will kill you. In every situation, every example I just gave you from Amazon, they went to the root cause and they solved it. Number one reason customers call, where's my package? Well, let's fucking fix that. Because evidently everybody wants to know. Give them the information. Give the customers the data that they need. But if your supply chain is not tight, if you are not on top of your inbound, your outbound, your warehouse operations, and we're going to talk about it, your reverse logistics, your customer service costs are only going to increase every single day. Now, how customer service is handled these days, it depends on the organization. High touch organizations such as a Nordstrom or a Harrods typically have humans that you talk to in country, on your time zone, humans. Those are high touch organizations. They're considered luxury organizations. They depend on that. That is part of their brand, is that I'm going to have a human here to talk to you. That costs a lot of money, and it's reflected in their margins that you see. That's why you pay nice little upcharges. But organizations like Amazon and Target and Walmart that are all margin plays can't afford a big customer service bill. It eats away the margin. So things are automated. You see more automation, chat GPTs, chatting in general, engines, chat bots, emails, text messages, we'll call you back. All of these things to streamline and keep people off the phone with customer service. At one point, because Amazon was weaning customers off calling, they actually hid the number. You couldn't find it. They could not, it was there. It was almost like an Easter egg. It was there, but it was there. But to break the customer from calling in for that dollar per package, $1.50 per package, that call in, they actually hid the number. So if you are not looking at your customer service cost and directly looking at what's going on in your supply chain and tying those two things together and solving your supply chain issues so your customer service costs go down, you're not doing it right. You're not thinking about it in the right way. Your customer service team, the expense of customer service is directly related to customer experience, which is directly related to the supply chain. And I just gave you the 5 big call-ins for customer service, and they're all supply chain issues. It matters. All right. Whew. Right. That was a big one. And a lot of people don't get that one. I'm going to be like inbound, outbound, people start nodding their heads kind of, they're like, yeah. They buy it and they get it. Customer service, I'm going to be honest with y'all, it's a tough sell. Not a lot of people are getting it. Not a lot of people are getting it. That's a tough sell. Now, I'm going to be honest with you, inbound, outbound, and warehouse, that was a tough sell to begin with too, but I've been yapping about it for so long that people are starting to get it. But the customer service piece, if your customer service expenses are going out of control, if you don't have good visibility on your customer service expenses, start looking at what's going on with your supply chain, because that's what's driving it up. I promise you. All right, my peeps, my morning mooders, my moodies. I think I need to come up with a name for you guys. Like, are you my moodies? I don't know. I like moodies. Maybe. So thank you for being here. As you have heard, we were over 50 episodes, which is quite the feat. I do not think that was going to happen, and I'm super excited about it. And I 100% appreciate every single last one of you, every second that you have spent listening to my voice. Thank you. I hope it's helping. Leave me a comment. Let me know. We'll chat soon.